Your life is on the line right now. Everything you've been searching for is within your reach today. All around you are opportunities that will vanish tomorrow, never to return in the same form. While you sit there contemplating your future, precious seconds are slipping away, each carrying possibilities that could transform your existence. This isn't just another day. This is the pivotal moment that could redefine everything. Opportunity is like morning dew, appearing briefly, glistening, then vanishing with the rising sun. It doesn't announce itself with trumpets. It whispers. It taps gently on your door. If you're distracted by life's noise, you'll miss it completely. The greatest tragedy isn't death, but life without purpose. Opportunities recognized too late. I've seen the same pattern everywhere. The successful, the fulfilled, they all share one quality. They seized opportunities others overlooked. They weren't born with advantages. They simply understood what most miss opportunity bridges, where you are and where you could be. Opportunity isn't just about money or recognition. It's about fulfilling your purpose and becoming who you were meant to be. Each opportunity carries a seed of your destiny. Missing it means losing a piece of yourself that could have been discovered and deployed for impact. But why do so many miss their greatest opportunities? I'll tell you why. Because opportunities don't look like opportunities when they first appear. They come disguised as problems. They arrive wrapped in challenges. They present themselves as work, as difficulty, as uncertainty. And in that disguise, the majority walk right past them, searching instead for opportunities that announce themselves clearly, that require no risk, that promise reward without effort. The greatest opportunities of your life will never arrive perfectly packaged. They will come raw, unfinished, challenging. They will demand your courage, your creativity, your persistence. They will test your commitment to your dreams. And that is precisely why they hold such potential, because the process of seizing them transforms you. You grow into the person capable of handling the very success they promise. Fear. Let's talk about this silent killer of dreams. Fear has stopped more people from seizing opportunities than any other force on earth. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of stepping out of comfort zones, fear of the unknown. This emotion, designed to protect you from physical danger, has been hijacked to protect you from growth. It now guards the prison of mediocrity, keeping you safely tucked away from the risks of greatness. When opportunity knocks, fear always answers first. It gives you 100 reasons why you shouldn't act. It reminds you of past failures. It points out all the potential obstacles. It whispers that you're not ready, not qualified, not deserving. And in that moment of hesitation, while you listen to fear's convincing argument, opportunity slips away. Someone else, someone who has learned to feel the fear and act anyway, seizes what could have been yours. Understand this. Fear is not the absence of courage. It is the opportunity for courage. The presence of fear doesn't mean you're being warned to retreat. It means you're being invited to advance, to grow, to become more than you currently are. The people who have achieved extraordinary things aren't fearless. They've simply learned that on the other side of fear lies everything they want. And then there's the trap so many fall into, waiting for the perfect timing. Let me be clear, there's no perfect timing. There is only now. The idea that somewhere in the future conditions will align perfectly for your success is perhaps the most dangerous myth in modern society. It keeps people in a perpetual state of preparation without execution, planning without action, dreaming without doing. When I have more money, I'll invest. When I have more experience, I'll start that business. When my children are older, I'll pursue my passion. These statements sound reasonable, but they are lies that keep you stuck. The perfect timing is a phantom that never materializes because life doesn't work that way. Conditions are never perfect. The stars never completely align. There is always a reason to wait if you're looking for one. The greatest achievers in history didn't wait for perfect conditions. They took imperfect action in imperfect circumstances and adjusted as they went. They understood that timing isn't something you wait for, it's something you create through decisive action. The universe doesn't reward those who wait for guarantees. It rewards those who move despite uncertainty. Every single person in this room was born with a unique purpose, a distinct set of gifts, talents, and perspectives that no one else on this planet of nearly 8 billion souls possesses in exactly the same combination. You are not an accident. You are not random. You are a deliberate creation with a specific contribution to make. And the opportunities that come your way are directly connected to that purpose. Your potential is like a seed. It contains everything necessary to become a mighty tree, but it needs the right conditions to flourish. Opportunities are the sunlight, water, and nutrients that allow your potential to express itself fully. When you miss opportunities, you're not just missing external chances for success. You're missing catalysts for your own development. You're leaving parts of yourself undiscovered, undeveloped. Most people live and die without ever discovering the full extent of who they could have been. They take their potential to the grave, buried beneath layers of fear, procrastination, and conformity. What a tragedy to think that someone could live an entire lifetime and never experience the exhilaration of becoming fully themselves, of manifesting their unique gifts in their highest form. Your potential isn't static. It's dynamic. It expands or contracts based on how you respond to opportunities. Every time you say yes to a challenging opportunity, your capacity increases. Your potential grows. You become more. And every time you say no out of fear or comfort, your potential diminishes slightly, not immediately in ways you can see, but gradually, imperceptibly, until one day you wonder why you feel so unfulfilled. How do you recognize opportunities when they don't announce themselves? This is perhaps the most crucial skill you can develop. Opportunities often come disguised as ordinary moments. The person you meet at a conference who mentions a problem you could solve. The industry disruption that others see as a threat, but could be your breakthrough. The small idea that comes to you in the shower that could revolutionize your field. Opportunities frequently appear first as questions, not answers. As problems, not solutions. As needs unmet in the marketplace, as gaps in services, as complaints from customers, as frustrations expressed by colleagues. The ability to see opportunity where others see only problems is what separates the extraordinary from the ordinary. It's a mindset, a way of looking at the world through the lens of possibility rather than limitation. Sometimes opportunities come disguised as disappointments. The job you didn't get that forces you to start your own business. The relationship that ended painfully but freed you to meet someone who supports your dreams. The project that failed but taught you invaluable lessons you'll use in your eventual success. Life's setbacks often contain hidden opportunities for those with eyes to see them. There's a fundamental principle that governs success. Preparation meeting opportunity. Luck, as they say, is when preparation meets opportunity. But here's the truth most people miss. Opportunities are abundant. They're everywhere. What's scarce is prepared people ready to seize them when they appear. The world is filled with missed opportunities, not because opportunities are rare, but because prepared people are rare. Preparation isn't just about acquiring skills or knowledge, though those are important. It's about developing the right mindset. It's about cultivating awareness, resilience, curiosity, and courage. It's about building the mental and emotional muscles that allow you to recognize and act on opportunities others miss. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts opportunities because you're ready for them. The most successful people I've studied don't just wait for opportunities. They prepare so thoroughly that opportunities are magnetically drawn to them. They've developed such valuable skills, such depth of character, such clarity of purpose, that when an opportunity appears in their vicinity, it's almost as if it has no choice but to attach itself to them. Preparation creates its own gravity. So how do you develop this opportunity mindset? First, become hyper-awareness. Most people sleepwalk through life, missing opportunities because they're not paying attention. They're distracted by social media, entertainment, others' opinions, and endless stimuli. Awareness requires presence, focus, and the discipline to direct your attention deliberately. Second, overcome confirmation bias, the tendency to notice only what confirms your existing beliefs. If you believe opportunities are scarce, you'll find evidence supporting that belief. If you think the economy is against you, you'll see proof everywhere. But train yourself to look for opportunities, and your brain will filter for them. You'll see possibilities where before you saw only obstacles. Third, you must expand your circle of influence. Opportunities frequently come through people, through relationships, connections, networks. The quality and diversity of your relationships directly impact the quality and diversity of your opportunities. Don't just network with people like yourself. Connect with individuals from different industries, different backgrounds, different worldviews. Each new relationship opens a door to opportunities you couldn't access otherwise. Fourth, you must become a lifetime learner. In a rapidly changing world, your knowledge and skills can become obsolete with frightening speed. The opportunities of yesterday require different capabilities than the opportunities of tomorrow. Those who commit to continuous learning, to constant growth, position themselves to recognize and seize emerging opportunities that others can't even see. And let me tell you about the cost of missed opportunities. It's not just about the immediate benefits you forfeit. The money unclaimed, the position unfilled, the connection unmade. The true cost is cumulative and compounding. Every significant opportunity missed affects not just your present, but your future trajectory. It alters not just where you are, but where you can go from here. Missed opportunities create alternate timelines of your life that you'll never get to experience. The person you would have become if you'd taken that risk, the impact you would have made if you'd spoken up, the joy you would have experienced if you'd said yes instead of no, the relationships that would have enriched your life if you'd stepped outside your comfort zone. The most painful regrets at the end of life are rarely about what people did. They're about what they didn't do. The chances not taken, the words not spoken, the love not given, the dreams not pursued. Don't let that be your story. Don't reach the end of your journey and realize you spent your life avoiding risks rather than embracing possibilities. I'm challenging you today to take complete responsibility for your life. Stop blaming circumstances. Stop blaming your background. Stop blaming the economy or the government or your boss or your parents or anyone else for where you are. The moment you take full responsibility is the moment you reclaim your power. It's the moment you transform from a victim of circumstances to a creator of circumstances. Yeah, taking responsibility means acknowledging that while you don't control everything that happens to you, you always control how you respond. And your response determines your results. It means understanding that your life is not shaped primarily by what happens to you, but by the decisions you make about what happens to you. It means recognizing that opportunities don't just come to you, you create them through your choices, your mindset, your actions. The quality of your life is a direct reflection of the quality of your decisions. And the quality of your decisions improves dramatically when you stop making them from a place of fear, comfort, or what others expect, and start making them from a place of purpose, growth, and authentic desire. When you take responsibility for your choices, you take responsibility for your destiny. Let me tell you something about failure that most people don't understand. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of success. It's not something to be avoided at all costs. It's something to be leveraged, something to be learned from. Every failure contains the seed of an equal or greater opportunity if you have the wisdom to find it. The most successful people in history have also been the most spectacular failures. They've failed more times than the average person even attempts. What sets them apart is not an absence of failure, but a different relationship with failure. They don't see it as final. They see it as feedback. They don't see it as a judgment of their worth. They see it as information about what doesn't work, bringing them one step closer to what does. When you experience a setback, a disappointment, a rejection, train yourself to immediately ask, where is the opportunity in this? What can I learn? How can I grow? What door might now open because this one closed? This mental habit, seeking opportunity in adversity, is perhaps the single most powerful determinant of long-term success and fulfillment. There comes a moment when all the thinking, all the planning, all the analyzing must end and action must begin. This is the moment of decision, the moment of commitment, the moment of truth. And it's in this moment that destinies are determined. The world is full of people who know what to do, but don't do what they know. Knowledge without action is merely philosophy. Ideas without implementation are merely dreams. The power of decisive action cannot be overstated. When you commit fully to a course of action, when you burn the bridges of retreat, when you eliminate the possibility of turning back, you unleash forces within yourself and within the universe that remain dormant in the merely contemplative life. Resources appear that you couldn't see before. Creativity emerges that was previously untapped. Courage rises to meet challenges that once seemed insurmountable. Decisiveness doesn't mean recklessness. It doesn't mean acting without thought. It means moving forward with purpose. Once sufficient information has been gathered, recognizing that perfect certainty is an illusion that keeps many permanently paralyzed. The decisive individual understands that the risk of action is often far less than the guaranteed cost of inaction. Most significant achievements don't happen in one giant leap, but through a series of small, consistent actions that build momentum over time. Think of a rocket launching into space. The majority of its fuel is spent in the first few minutes, overcoming the enormous force of gravity. But once it breaks free of the Earth's atmosphere, it can coast with relatively little additional energy. Your dreams work the same way. The beginning is always the hardest part. The first steps require the most energy, face the most resistance, and often show the least visible results. This is where most people give up. But if you persist through this initial phase, if you keep taking action despite minimal feedback, you eventually reach a tipping point where momentum begins working for you instead of against you. Small wins create confidence. Confidence creates courage. Courage enables bigger actions. Bigger actions produce bigger results. This virtuous cycle is how ordinary people accomplish extraordinary things. Not through single heroic efforts, but through consistent application of effort in the direction of their dreams, allowing momentum to build gradually but inexorably. Here's a powerful truth. The greatest opportunities aren't found, they're created. The most successful people don't just wait for opportunities to appear. They actively create circumstances that give birth to new possibilities. They identify needs in the marketplace. They solve problems that others ignore. They anticipate trends before they become obvious. They combine existing ideas in novel ways. They ask questions no one else is asking. Creating opportunities requires proactivity rather than reactivity. It means living deliberately rather than by default. It means setting the agenda for your life rather than following someone else's script. It means making things happen rather than waiting for things to happen. This mindset, this way of engaging with the world, is available to anyone willing to reject passivity and embrace their power as creators. Consider the transformation of entire industries by those who didn't wait for opportunity, but created it. They saw possibilities where others saw only the status quo. They questioned assumptions that others accepted without thought. They reimagined products, services, and business models not as they were, but as they could be. And in doing so, they didn't just seize opportunity, they manufactured it. You possess this same creative capacity. Within you lies the power to generate opportunities rather than merely respond to them. This power is activated when you shift from asking what opportunities are available to me to what opportunities can I create for myself and others. It's activated when you move from a consumer mindset to a producer mindset, from waiting to initiating, from following to leading. I want to speak to you with urgency about the moment we're in right now. This is not just another day. This is not just another seminar. This is a decisive moment in your journey, a critical juncture where the trajectory of your life could fundamentally change. The opportunity before you won't wait. It won't pause while you gather courage. It won't return when you're ready. It demands a response now. The greatest enemy of opportunity is procrastination, the delusion that there will always be tomorrow, that you can start that business next year, that you can heal that relationship next month, that you can pursue that dream when the timing is better. But life offers no guarantees. Tomorrow is promised to no one. All you have with certainty is this moment, this chance, this opportunity. Your destiny is shaped in moments of decision, not in the somedays or the maybes or the eventuallys, but in the now, in the immediate choices you make about who you are, what you stand for, and what you're willing to commit to. Your life moves in the direction of your most dominant thoughts and your most consistent actions. Where are yours leading you? I challenge you today to make a decision, not a preference, not a wish, not a hope, but a decision, a line in the sand, a commitment to yourself that you will no longer postpone your greatness, that you will no longer negotiate with fear, that you will no longer settle for less than you were created to be, to do, to have, to give. So the opportunity before you now is not just about external success. It's about becoming who you were meant to be. It's about fulfilling your purpose. It's about making the contribution only you can make. It's about living with the deep satisfaction of knowing you didn't hold back. You didn't play small. You didn't surrender your dreams to your doubts. This opportunity won't come again. Not in the same form, not at the same time, not in the same context. Seize it now. Step into your greatness now. Commit to your vision now. The future you desire begins with a decision you make in this moment. Don't miss this divine opportunity. Your destiny is waiting. But let me share a story that changed my perspective. I met a man in his 70s at one of my seminars. He approached me with eyes filled with wisdom and regret. I came to hear you speak, he said, not for my future, but so young people here can learn from my past. At 30, he had a business idea that friends and family discouraged as risky. He hesitated, played it safe, and took a corporate job instead, thinking he'd pursue his dream someday. Decades passed. His idea, a revolutionary approach to what we now call supply chain management, was developed by someone else and became a billion-dollar industry. I didn't miss just any opportunity, he told me. I missed my opportunity, the one that had my name on it, the one that matched my specific abilities and insights. I've had a good life, he continued, but not the life I was meant to have. I've found success by society's standards, but not fulfillment by my own. His words haunted me. How many of us are postponing our authentic path because of fear disguised as practicality? How many of us will reach the end of our journey with our greatest gifts still inside us, our most meaningful contributions never made, our truest selves never fully expressed? I promise you this, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did. It's the chances not taken, the opportunities not seized, the versions of yourself not explored that will haunt you in the quiet moments of reflection. Don't let fear of failure drive your decisions. Let fear of regret drive them instead. The opportunity before you now is not just about what you might gain, it's about who you might become. It's about stepping into the fullness of your potential, about manifesting the unique combination of talents, perspectives, and passions that make you irreplaceably valuable to the world. This opportunity is an invitation to become more fully yourself, to align your daily actions with your deepest purpose. You were not created to be ordinary. You are not designed to merely exist, to simply occupy space and time, to mindlessly follow routines until your days are spent. You were created to make an impact that outlasts your lifetime. You were designed to solve problems, to serve others, to add unique value that no one else can add in exactly the way you can. Your opportunity is to live in alignment with this truth. Stop asking small questions that lead to small lives. Don't ask, how can I be comfortable? Ask, how can I be useful? Not what's the safest route, but what's my highest contribution? Not what do others expect, but what makes me come alive? The world doesn't need more people living in quiet desperation, conforming to expectations never meant for them. It needs people who've come alive, awakened to their purpose, seized opportunities to create, serve, and transform. The world needs what only you can bring. Don't let the voices of doubt, whether from others or more dangerously from within your own mind, convince you to shrink from your opportunities. Those voices don't understand your capacity. They don't comprehend your potential. They don't recognize the unique gifts you possess. And they certainly don't know the impact you could make if you stopped listening to them. Understand this: hesitation has never created anything of lasting value. Procrastination has never changed the world. Doubt has never fulfilled its potential. Only action does. Only commitment does. Only courage does. Your opportunity demands these qualities from you now, not someday when you feel completely ready, because that day never comes. The greatest gift you can give yourself is permission. Permission to try, to fail, to learn, to grow, to start before you're ready, to figure it out as you go. Permission to be imperfect and still moving forward. Permission to be afraid and still taking action. Permission to be uncertain and still committed to your path. This internal permission is the gateway to your opportunities. I want to leave you with this final thought. Your life is not just happening to you, it's responding to you, to your beliefs about what's possible, to your expectations of what you deserve, to your willingness to step into uncertainty in pursuit of growth. Your opportunities reflect these internal realities. Change them, and you change everything. This is your moment, not yesterday, which is gone forever, not tomorrow, which is not guaranteed, but now, this singular, precious instant in which you can decide to stop existing and start living, to stop spectating and start participating, to stop dreaming and start doing, to seize the divine opportunity before you with both hands and never let go. The opportunity won't come again. Make your decision now.